IIFT answer key. It is still just out. The candidate response sheet, it was out just a day back yesterday. And I'm very happy to announce one thing first. We had a session where we discussed about the memory based questions from IIFT QA section. So if I remember correctly, I discussed all 25 questions on that day. There were 25 questions, so we could take out all 25. And I am feeling proud about this, that our team had produced a right answer to each and every one of those. Though there was one question which was wrong, but still the answer that we gave us as the most probable answer, and that is the right answer provided by IIFT. So we can pat our back by ourselves. You can also do that by liking our sessions and subscribing to our channel. But yes, all 25 questions which were there, we figured out that day, and we are going to discuss all of them today again. So I hope all of you are ready with it, right? So we'll start soon with it. I hope everything is okay. I am audible. Just confirm once. Shiva, Arinda, Monica and Divansh. Please confirm, guys. Hi Joseph, Murphy, hello. We'll start after this. Okay. Am I clearly audible and visible to all of you? The moment you say yes, we'll start. Shiva says okay. So that means things are okay, so we can start with it. Alright. I'm sorry for this slight delay because of this board and everything. I could not understand that. But yes, we can start now. Aninda also says everything. So we'll start with this first question, right? And I'll be discussing each and every question, though we have already discussed them, right? But still, we'll discuss them once again. In any question, wherever you find there is a difficulty, you can always discuss it, or any question in which you feel that we can raise an objection, so there is some problem, or you feel that okay, this question was wrong, so please tell me here only. So we'll just take it forward. We'll look at it that actually that there is a problem or not, and if we find genuinely there is a problem, we'll just take it forward. Okay. So I hope we can start. Akhil, hello. Hi, Sunil Agarwal, I'm sorry. So we can start with it now. This is the first question. A financial analyst estimates that the probability that the economy will experience recession in next 1 year is 30%. He also believes that in case of recession, the probability that his mutual funds will increase in value is 20%. He also believes that if there is no recession, the probability that the value of mutual funds will increase is 75%. Find the probability that it will increase. So 30% is the probability that sorry. So 30% is the probability that a recession will be there. He also believes that in next year there is a recession. The probability is 30%. So 30% is the probability that a recession would be there. Still, in this case, his mutual fund will increase with a probability of 20%. And automatically 30% is the probability of a recession, 70% is the probability that is there is no recession. And he says if there is no recession, it will increase by 75%. So what is the probability that the mutual fund will increase? So there is 30% chance the recession is there, in which there is 20% chance that probability that it will increase, plus 70% chance recession is not there, and then the chance of increase in the value is 75%. So finally the value comes out to be 0.06 plus 0.525. 0.06 and 0.525 they are added. This gives you 0.585. So third option is the correct answer for this question. Third option is the correct answer. One of probably the easiest questions that we had in this. So this was one of those questions. And I remember that when we discussed this question, memory based question, right? That day we were not able to recall these figures 20, 30, 75. So there was some confusion. Some people said, sir, answer ye nahi hoga, wo hoga. And finally we figured out the answer was 0.585. I remember that correctly, that we said answer is this, though the figures might be slightly here or there. So now we have the exact figures with us. We have the right answer with us, which is 0.585, right? An easy question. I hope all of you would have understood this. There should not be any problem with this question. Okay. Okay. So Bhavati Pani says okay. Everyone says okay. So we can move forward, I suppose, to the next question. So here was the first one, and here comes the second question. Right? What is the second question now? In the figure, a circle of radius 2 centimeters is inscribed in a square there are 4 smaller circles at each of the corner of the square. What is the total area covered by all the 5 circles? So somehow this figure could not be painted here, so I'll make that figure for you. But I hope all of you remember this question, right? Do you all remember this question? This question was there, I mean there was a figure and there was a square formed. In the middle of the square there was a big circle. On the 4 corners there were 4 smaller circles. Do you all remember that figure? So I'll make that figure right now, and after that we'll start discussing it. Thus, in this square there was a circle given like this. And then there were 4 smaller circles at these corners, if you remember this, right? And the question was asking you that what is the area outside these 4 circles? This was the question. What is the area outside these 4 circles? So I'm doing one thing for you. Let us say this is the radius, center. Center है तो ये radius जो होगा हमारा, this perpendicular will be equal to 2. Similarly, can I say this thing will also pass through the center of this circle, right? This will pass through the center of this circle. And now this would also be equal to 2. This would be equal to R. Now there are 2 things, guys, that you have to see. The first thing is that can I say this total length OA, this total length OA, can I say it would be 2 root 2? Because this is equal to 2, this would also be equal to 2. So 2 square plus 2 square square root would be 2 root 2. And let's call this point as ये वाला point जो है, let's call this point as O1. So can I say O1A is equal to R root 2 by the same logic? Because this would be R, this would be R, so that would be R root 2. So ultimately what do I have? This complete length OA, which is equal to 2 root 2, it is equal to the radius 2 plus the radius R plus R root 2. I hope all of you are getting this. OA, this complete OA is equal to this radius, which is 2, plus this length, which is equal to R, plus this length, which is equal to R root 2. From there I get the value of this R, right? So now what is it equal to? 2 root 2 minus 2 is equal to R into 1 plus root 2. So what is R equal to? It is 2 root 2 minus 2 upon 1 plus root 2. So just do one thing, do the rationalization, and you will get R is equal to 6 minus 4 root 2. R is equal to 6 minus 4 root 2. So radius of this smaller circle comes out to be 6 minus 4 root 2. Radius of the bigger circle comes out to be 2. This was already given to us. So ultimately I can say that this total area inside this bigger circle, this is pi into 2 square. And this smaller circle will have an area of, this smaller circle will have an area of pi into 6 minus 4 root 2 ka whole square. And there are 4 such circles. This whole is to be subtracted from the complete square. The moment you subtract it from the complete square, you will get your answer. Basically 6 minus 4 root 2 into uska square into pi into 4 and then this bigger circle. So if I look at the options, 4 pi is the area of the bigger circle plus 4 times of pi into 6 minus 4 root 2 square is the area of those 4 smaller circles. So therefore this is our answer. Actually, if anyone would have prepared for CAT, they would be knowing this. I knew this figure already because there is a question that appeared in CAT. I have done it many times, that if there is a right angle like this and we have a circle exactly with radius 2, this was given over there, कि इसका radius जो है 2 है, and a smaller circle is made here. So what is the radius of this circle? So this was 6 minus 4 root 2. This is a question from CAT. किसका radius कितना है? They have just taken it at a step forward, that what is the total area of this circle plus the area of the 4 smaller circles. You solve it, you get first option as the answer by this. I hope this is clear to everyone. You are getting this? Okay, Divegar says cut off for IIFT. So currently we can't say Divegar, but I mean our idea has been somewhere around 100 to 105 and we stick to that currently. I think it will be somewhere around that only. Is this question clear to all of you? Can I move forward to the next one now? अगले question पे बढ़ जाएं. Is this question clear, guys? Can we move forward to the next one? Okay. Next is question number 3. A fruit seller in a locality uses dishonest practice as follows. Anyways, I am sure that most of you have seen most of these questions in the exam time itself. Now the only point is, how do we do these questions? This is what we are looking at. Okay. So now this time the question says that a dishonest dealer in a locality uses dishonest practices. He cheats on weight by 10%. He pushes up the price by 15% and then gives a discount of 8%. So what is his percentage profit? In our classes, we have been telling all of you about this, that how do we calculate selling price by cost price in these questions. Many of you would remember this if I am not wrong, that how do I calculate selling price by cost price in these questions. So we just calculate SP by CP, and how do we do that? How do we calculate SP by CP? We just look at whether it's a case of profit or if it's a case of loss. If it is a case of profit, we always write the larger value in the numerator, smaller in the denominator. And if it is a case of loss, we write the smaller value in the numerator, larger in the denominator. In this question, he says he cheats on weight by 10% for every 1 kg weight. That means for every 1000 grams, he cheats on weight by 10%. That means he gives 900 grams. And obviously by doing this, he is having a profit. And if he is having a profit, you write the larger value in the numerator, smaller value in the denominator. For every 1 kg weight, he gives 10% less. So he cheats by 10%. So I can say that 100 divided by 1000 divided by 900. You can also say 100 divided by 90. You can also say 10 by 9. They all are the same. Because it was a case of profit, I wrote the larger value in the numerator, smaller in the denominator. Second, he pushes up the price of fruit by 15%. That means 100 rupees ke fruit pe he has written 115, right? Because he pushed up the price by 15%. So on a 100 rupee fruit, he has written 115. So in this case, again there is a profit. So I would say 115 divided by 100. Because it is a case of profit, so 115 divided by 100. Third, he gives a discount of 8% to the buyers. That means an item of 100 rupees is giving in 92 rupees. An item of 100 is giving in 92. In such a case, he is having a loss. Basically, when you just give a discount, just by that one single transaction of discount, can I say you are having a loss? Because it's a case of loss, we write 92 in the numerator, 100 in the denominator. This is a simple way of solving such questions. Now just figure out what is SP by CP from all of this. These two zeros will cancel out with these two zeros. This 1 0 will cancel out with this 1 0. And 5 2s are 10. And this is 5 into 23, 15. And then 2 se cancel out ho jayega 46 pe, right? And then ये cancel out होगा 2 से 450 पे, या इसको cancel out नहीं ही करते हैं. So let's write it 23 into 46. 23 6 are 138, that is 13. 23 4s are 92 plus 13 is 105. So I see that finally it has become 1058 divided by 900. 1058 divided by 900. This is the final value of SP by CP. Means an item of 900 rupees is being sold for 1058, which means you are having a profit of 158 on a base of 900. So you just have to calculate the profit percentage from this now. 9 se aap isko divide karoge, 9 1s are 9, just 6, 9 7s are 63, 17 point something. That means second option would be our answer. Was expecting negative in IIFT after my CAT and JET, but after your classes boosted my confidence and helped my score enough to clear the exam. Thank you. That's great, Devansh, seriously. And thank you very much for bringing this out. Thanks a lot. Yes, is this question clear to everyone? Mansi, Monica, Ninda, Shiva, everyone please respond. Is this clear to all of you? People on the chat box. on the YouTube chat. Is this solution clear to all of you? Monica says yes. Please respond fast so that I get to know that you have done it or not. Aninda says yes, it is clear. Okay, I do not see any response on the YouTube box right now. So, okay, I hope I'll get a response soon. Let us move forward to the next question then. Agle pe aate. Divan says yes, it is okay. Thick. Then we had this question, if you remember. Okay. Yes sir, Ishita Lohia. Okay, Ishita. तो चलिए फिर आगे बढ़ते हैं. Next question is this. A circle is inscribed in a right-angled isosceles triangle. So O is the center of the circle, which touches the triangle ABC at XYZ. If AB is 7 root 2, then the ratio of AZ is to BX is to CY. We have to find out the ratio of the three. First of all, it says it's a right-angled isosceles triangle. I'm sorry. It's a right-angled isosceles triangle. Right-angled isosceles triangle. And O is the center of the circle which touches the triangle ABC at XYZ. If AB is 7 root 2, if AB is 7 root 2, so the first thing, because it's a right-angled isosceles triangle, hypotenuse is 7 root 2, that means the side must be 7 each. In a right-angled isosceles triangle, the sides are A and the hypotenuse is root 2A. So if this is 7 root 2, they would be 7 each. After that, what does it say? XYZ are 3 points and he says AB is 7 root 2, ratio of AZ is to BX is to CY. So AZ is to BX is to CY. This is what we have to figure out, that what is the ratio of these three numbers. Okay guys. First of all, can we find out this radius of the circle and this side as well? This is the radius. So there is this circle inside the right angle triangle. This is called the in circle of a triangle, or in circle ka jo radius hai, that is called in radius. The formula to find the in radius of a right angle triangle is P plus B minus H divided by 2. It's as simple as this. P plus B minus H divided by 2 is the in radius of a right angle triangle. So P is 7, B is 7, H is 7 root 2. This whole thing is to be divided by 2. 7 plus 14 by 2 is 7 minus 7 divided by root 2. 7 minus 7 by root 2 is the value of R here. This R is 7 minus 7 by root 2. Is that okay? Okay guys, now the next thing is we have to find out AZ, BX and CY. So the first thing guys, this AZ, can I say it will be equal to AX? The reason, they both are tangents on a circle. They both are tangents on a circle. This BX, can I say it will be equal to BY? Because again they both are tangents on a circle. And this CY, can I say it will be equal to CZ and they both are equal to R? CY would be equal to R, CZ would also be equal to R. This total length is equal to 7. So what is AZ? 7 minus R. Similarly, what will be BX? 7 root 2 minus this length AX, right? What is this AX? AX is 7 minus R. Either you can do this, or because I know that BX is equal to BY, so what is BY? BY is also 7 minus R. So can't I say it is 7 minus R? So basically what is AZ now? It is 7 minus R. What is BX now? That is also 7 minus R. And what is CY? That is equal to R. 7 minus R and R. That means first two values are equal and they are different from the third value. So if first two are equal, किस case में first two are equal? So in the first case they are not equal. In this case they are equal. In this case they are not equal. This is not my answer. This is not my answer. So either my answer would be this or my answer would be this. Moreover, if the first two are equal, you can also say that these two add up to 7, right? These two add up to 7. Similarly, अगर मैं यहाँ पे देख रहा हूँ तो ये तो 1 1 की form में आ गए. So probably I will have to write in terms of that. So what is 7 minus r? 7 minus r is 7 minus 7 plus 7 by root 2. Obviously this same would be here. And r is 7 minus 7 by root 2. When you just solve it, you get second option as the correct answer. For this question, second option was correct. Hi Lannister, I had a terrible IIFT after CAT, Z, SNAP, no calls till now. This is a serious problem for me. What should one do if he found himself in same situation as me? Just don't lose heart. Hi Lannister. It's a common problem with many of the students. Obviously, the number of seats are very limited. We have a very high student base who are appearing for these exams. So not everyone gets through. Okay? I mean, if I talk about all good colleges, the number of seats would be around 6,000, 7,000, whereas more than 250,000 people appear for CAT. So there are many people in the same league. So don't worry about this. Keep working hard. I'm sure you will get a call this year from at least one of the decent colleges. If not, just put your hard work completely for the next year. Don't worry about this. Yes, is this question clear to all of you? Can we move forward to our next question now? This was the fourth question from IIFT itself, right? Until now that we have seen, in all these four questions, the questions were not that easy except the first question. That was that mutual fund increase wala question. That was slightly on the easier side. But the other three questions were actually on the difficult side. That takes a lot of time. And therefore, I feel that this year, the cutoff for IIFT is going to be quite small. It will be somewhere around 10 to 12 in my opinion, right? Because generally anyways cutoff of IIFT are always on the lower side. Okay? So this year it will be again somewhere around 10-12. ठीक है जी, so let's move forward. Next question पे आते हैं. This was about question number 4. And guys, please keep telling me whenever you have a doubt. We can take up those doubts as well, right? People on the Gradeup app, I am not seeing any kind of chats from you as well. Harshal says, sir, should I skip geometry if I am preparing for MAH-CET? Do not skip it, Harshal. I would say just do all the basics. Simple. Skipping means we generally take skipping like, okay, whatever would be there from geometry, I'm not going to touch it. It should not be like that. Possibly he has given you perpendicular and base asking for hypotenuse. Would you leave such a question? Of course not. So just revise the basics and then leave it. Skipping means that, right? When you talk about arithmetic algebra, you can go a bit in detailed manner, in the deeper format, right? How can I study from you for this year? Just join Gradeup, right? You can study from me and many other people who are much better than me. They all are here. Don't worry about that. Okay, let's move forward, guys. There are 3 friends, Pradeep, Suresh and Subodh, work in the same office. During an extended weekend, they decided to go together on a family trip to Corbett National Park. They started from office in their own car but at different time and traveled in the same direction at speeds of 50, 60, 75. Suresh and Subodh overtook Pradeep at the same point. If Suresh started 90 minutes after Pradeep, how many minutes after Pradeep did Subodh start from the office? Okay. So I am going to take help of this again once. Okay. तो इसके लिए हम लोग इसको इरेज कैसे करेंगे? Just a second, guys. मैं इसको एक बार इरेज कर दूं. How can I erase this? ये सारा ऐसे इरेज करना होगा. ठीक है जी. So let's start doing this question here. The question says there are people, Subodh, Suresh and Pradeep, some 3 people, I don't know the names now. So let us say this is the point where their office is. So first of all, Pradeep left. Let us say Pradeep left at, let's say 10 a.m. right? And he left at a speed of 50 km per hour. He left at a speed of 50 km per hour. After 90 minutes, who started? ये लिखा हुआ है इधर. Suresh started. If Suresh started 90 minutes after Pradeep. So now Suresh will start after 90 minutes. So Suresh will start after 90 minutes. That means at 11:30 at a speed of 60 km per hour. Suresh started at a speed of 60 km per hour. Now can I say that by the time Suresh started, Pradeep has already run for 1 hour 30 minutes, that too at a speed of 50, which means he would have already covered a distance of 75 kilometers. Is that right? At a speed of 50 in this 1 hour 30 minutes, he would have already covered a distance of 75 kilometers. Now Suresh is going behind Pradeep at a relative speed of 60 minus 15. What time he will catch him? So Suresh will catch Pradeep in 75 upon 60 minus 50. That is 7.5 hours. In the next 7.5 hours, Suresh is going to catch Pradeep. 7.5 hours from the point he started, right? So 11:30 say, if I add 7.5 hours, can I say he will catch him somewhere around this point? And at what time? At 7 o'clock. Because in 11:30 when you add 7.5 hours, you will get 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock he is going to catch him. This guy, Suresh, will catch Pradeep, right? And by that time, how much Pradeep would have covered? So by 11:30 he was here. In next 7.5 hours at a speed of 50, he would cover another 375 kilometers. Basically 7.5 into his speed of 50. So another 375 would have been covered by. Now the question says there is another guy, Subodh, who is going at a speed of 75 km per hour, and he caught Pradeep exactly at the same time as Suresh caught him. It is written over there, guys, right? They started from office in the own car but at different times. Suresh and Subodh overtook Pradeep at the same point. They both overtook Pradeep at the same point. Iska matlab, Subodh also caught him exactly at that point. So Subodh also reached here at 7 o'clock. And he's going at a speed of 75. This total distance is 450. This 450 would have been covered by Subodh in what time? Divided by 75. That means he would have taken 6 hours, or you can say he started from here at 1 o'clock. At 7 o'clock he was there. So 1 o'clock he started. He started at 10. He started at 1. The difference in their timings is 180 minutes, and this is what the question is asking you. After how many minutes of Pradeep Subodh started from office? So the answer is 180 minutes. Tell me if there is any doubt, guys. Please, I'll take up some questions now. Aman, how to calculate the marks? Aman, it is the answer sheet is given by IIFT, and the question paper is also given, so you can check it from there. Thank you, Kunal Krishna. Anurag Agarwal sir is definitely a very good teacher, much better than me. Thank you for taking my name with him. What can be expected cutoff, overall cutoffs? So Karan, I think it will be somewhere around 100-105. We have discussed it. Harshad, calendar answer wrong. We'll look at that, Harshad. एक बार देखेंगे क्या रहा है उसमें. Yes. Anyone from the app? Any doubts? Anyone from YouTube? Any doubts? Is this clear to all of you? Can I enroll in Gradeup CAT 2021 batch 1 right now? Why do you want to join batch 1? We have just started batch 5, Steve Austin. Though the name is very good, it reminds me of my old days. Steve Austin, one of my favorite WWE champions. So yes, you can join the batch 5. Why batch 1? Yes, I'll answer. There was one question which we found wrong. We'll discuss that as well. उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. I hope this is clear to all of you, so we can move forward to the next question now. And by the way, that if I do this, okay, is this clear? No, it is still not clear. So ये नहीं clear होता. Okay, चलो कोई बात. Let's move forward, guys. आगे बढ़ते हैं. Says on the next question is this question. ये तो कर लिया ना. So this was one of the easiest questions in my opinion, है ना? काफी ही easy question था. So after the first question, probably this was the next question that we found easiest. 16 to the power x is 64 by 256. It is easy because all are in terms of the powers of 2. 16 to the power x can be written as 2 raised to the power 4x is equal to 64, that is 2 raised to the power 6, divided by 256, that is 2 raised to the power 8. So it is 2 raised to the power 8y. 2 raised to the power 4x is equal to 2 raised to the power 6 upon 2 raised to the power 8y. that is 2 raised to the power 4x plus 8y is 2 raised to the power 6, or 4x plus 8y is equal to 6. 4x plus 8y is equal to 6. Look at the second equation. They all are in the powers of 3. 9 to the power x is 3 raised to the power 2x is equal to 9, which is 3 square, divided by 3 raised to the power y. Or 3 raised to the power 2x plus y is 3 square. Or you can also say 2x plus y is equal to 2. 4x plus 8y is 6. 2x plus y is equal to 2. Now we all know what is to be done. I'll leave this question here for all of you to decide. Double this equation, subtract it from this equation. You can easily get x and y. So let's not get into that detail. Bas multiply karke, final karke, you will get the answer. I think the answer was this option, third option. 5 by 6 and 1 by 3. Pretty easy question, so I'm leaving it at this stage. I'm assuming that all of you can do it by yourself. So Pallav Goyal will grade up raise objections. So if you find any question worth doing that, we'll do that. Which questions are wrong can we solve the first? There is one question, Pallav will come to that soon. It will come there. Next question. Haji. So here it says a water tanker can be filled by two pipes A and B separately in 16 minutes and 32 minutes respectively. Outlet of the tanker is partially open and it can empty the full tanker completely in 1 hour 64 minutes, which is 64 minutes. So basically there is pipe A which can fill it in 16 minutes, pipe B which can fill it in 32 minutes, pipe C which can empty it in 64 minutes. So in such cases we all know what is to be done. We assume the capacity to be an LCM of these numbers, that is 64 liters. Assume kar lete hain. A can fill it in 16 minutes, that means every minute A is filling in 4. B can fill it in 32 minutes, that means every minute it is filling in 2. C can take out 64 in 64 minutes, that means every minute it can take out 1. A and B were opened simultaneously for 9 minutes to fill the tanker, but partially open outlet was not closed. After 9 minutes, they were closed and the tanker then went to Mohan's house. I will stop here first of all. So for the first 9 minutes, basically A and B and this outlet, all three were open. So in these 9 minutes, how much would they fill? 9 minutes mein they would fill 4 plus 2 minus 1, that is 5 into 9. 45 liters would be full. Then he says that A and B are closed. Now only this partially out is working. It has to go to Mohan's house 6 kilometers away to deliver water. The tanker moved at a constant speed of 36. So it is 6 kilometers away. You are going at a speed of 36. Can I say the time taken would be 6 by 36 or 1 by 6 hour or 10 minutes? 10 minutes when the tanker would reach Mohan's house. Approximately what percentage of tanker was full when it reached there? So in those 10 minutes, by the speed of -1, another 10 will go out. So we will have only 35 liters of water in the tank. Initially it was 64, only 35 is left. So what percentage is full? 35 by 64 into 100. 64 का half होता है 32, उससे 3 ज़्यादा है. 3 is approximately half percent of this. So that makes it 55%. So the answer is 55%, which is correct. Any question? Aninda, Monica, Mansi, Shiva, any one of you? Anyone on the YouTube app? किसी को कोई doubt? Okay, Harshad says that getting error while raising objection. So first of all, you have to raise objection about your portal itself. I did silly mistake in this question, forgot to subtract 9, which will leak while filling. These common mistakes generally happen. I'll install. This is very common. Bharti says it is done. Thank you, Bharti, and everyone else. I hope you understood. It was an easier one. So let's move forward to question number 8. Now this was, I think, a bit confusing question. We had some debates on this. Debatable rahega thoda sa, right? So let's discuss this question, because some people were saying 41 should be the answer. We only said some one of us. Some people said 35, some people said 31. Let's see what is the right answer for this question. Aninda एक बार पिछले के बारे में कुछ पूछ रहे हैं. Can you explain the last part? Aninda, what happens that when 45 liters was there, he said that A and B were closed. I'm sorry. A and B, they were closed. But the partially, this outlet, this was still working. So ultimately every minute 1 liter was going out. And he reached there in 1/6 hours, that is 10 minutes. So 10 liters went out, 35 was left. Total capacity is 64. Question was asking what percentage is still full, that is 55%. Okay guys, so here when I talk about Sumit, who stays in Noida in a joint family comprising of his parents, uncle, aunt, elder sister and a cousin 2 years younger than him. So basically how many people? Sumit plus 2 parents, uncle, aunt, elder sister and cousin. So Sumit plus mother of Sumit, father of Sumit, uncle of Sumit, aunt of Sumit, sister of Sumit plus a cousin, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people are there. Sumit completed his MBA in 2013 from a reputed B school. That year the average age of Sumit's family was 41. So in 2013 the average age of the family was 41, or you can say the total age of the family was 41 into 7. That year the average age of Sumit's family was 41. Sumit got married in 15 and 2 years after, that means 17, he became father. The average age of Sumit's family in 2019 remains same as 2013. So 19 maybe average age was 14, but the number of members had become 9 because Sumit got married, his wife came, right? He had a kid as well, and that kid was there in 2015, and 2 years after, that is 2017 May, the kid was there, right? So the kid in 2019 would be 2 years old. So first of all, this whole family, their total age was 7 1s are 7, 7 4s are 28. In the next 6 years, all these 7 people will have their ages increased by 6 years each. There are 7 members. For all 7 members, their ages increased by 6 years each. So 287 increased by 42, right? Plus, they had a son of age 2 years at this stage, plus his wife. This whole thing is actually equal to this, that is 369. So what is the age of wife? 369 में से सब minus कर देते हैं तो कितना बचेगा? It is 82 minus 42 40 minus 2 38. So the age of Sumit's wife was 38 years old in 2019. She was 38 years old in 2019. I hope you got it. Now he says Sumit is older than his wife by 3 years. So Sumit would be 41. At what age did he graduate? He graduated in 2013. That was 6 years back. So 6 years back, that means 35 was the age at which he graduated. So many people had a doubt on this, that the answer would be 35 or 31 or 41. So the answer is 35 for this particular question. Any doubts, guys? Please tell me. I'm sorry, Vishal, I didn't see you had a question here. What all questions are there? This is for CAT preparation or what? Vishal, this is for CAT as well. Basically, we are discussing IIFT paper. I am preparing for CAT CET 21. Should I just focus on CET or prepare for CAT as well? Currently focus on CET if you are preparing for it. Questions are for CAT exam. Yes, yes, yes. Harshad, definitely erroneous portal. Questions are for the, okay, Vishal, I have answered it. I want to crack CAT exam. What should I do now? Start preparing as soon as possible, Vishal. Anyone on the app having a doubt? If no doubt, we can move forward then. Next question. Question number 9. Okay, next. Saudi Aramco and Reliance Industries entered into a joint venture where Saudi Aramco invested $20 billion. Reliance invested $30 billion. So Saudi put in 20 billion and Reliance put in 30 billion. The ownership ratio is always equal to investment ratio. After 1 year, the venture made a profit of 6 billion, which they reinvested. So out of these 6, they will get the portions in the ratio of 2:3. So 2.4 will come to Saudi and 3.6 will come to Reliance, right? 6 billion would be distributed in a ratio of 2:3. So 2.5 will go to Saudi and 3.6 will go to Reliance. which they reinvested. ये हमने वापस इसमें डाल दिया. Now Reliance Industries wants to increase its ownership to 75%. How much it should pay to Saudi Aramco in $1 billion? So they want to put some money from here to here. Okay? They want to pay some money to Saudi. It will remain 56, and Reliance will have a share of 75%, and therefore we can say 8.4 should be the investment from Reliance. So this should be the answer to this question. So I see that probably there is an internet issue. An internet issue is there, guys. I'm sorry for that, but actually I am in an area where internet services are blocked by the government, and therefore only somehow there is a complete load on broadband services. Because of that, I am having a feeble connection today. But again, completely out of our hand, neither government listens to us nor these companies listen to us. So this problem is occurring because of that. I'm sorry for that, guys. I hope I am clearly audible to you now, guys. This was an easy question. Yes, Hi Linster, that's correct. Can we move forward now? Okay, ab theek hai na? Theek hai. I'm sorry, guys. So this was the problem initially. Let's move forward. So no, Hi Linster, we do not have any offline courses. Sorry. Email ID, Vishal, WhatsApp number probably I cannot give you. You can always call up at the number which is given by Gradeup. It is just above there. Okay, sorry. ठीक है जी, next question. So again, this was one question on which some people had a debate that answer would be this option or what option. So that day I said that I remember that the answer would be greater than equal to 0, which was there in only one option. So some students were saying that probably we are getting this as the answer. So please check once. So even I was of the opinion कि पता नहीं कहीं गलत ना हो जाए. So fortunately the answer is second option only. And how is that? The probability of 3 mutually exclusive outcomes of an experiment are these. Which of the following holds for the value of x? The point is mutually exclusive. What are mutually exclusive? In which there is no intersection. When the intersection is 0, you call them mutually exclusive. And if there is no intersection, so all events together, their probabilities has to be less than 1. So that means 0.25 into 1 minus x, that is 0.25 minus 0.25x. 0.5 into 1 minus 2x, that is 0.5 minus 1x. And 0.25 plus into 1 plus 4x, that is 0.25 plus 1x. This whole thing should be less than or equal to 1. Sum of all the probabilities can never be greater than 1. So this whole thing should be less than or equal to 1. The moment you solve it, you get x should be greater than equal to 0. Therefore, second option should be the correct answer. Though I'm not saying this is the only way, through which you can get it. There are other things as well. If I'm putting all 3 and I'm saying should not be less than equal to 1, all these values should also be greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, less than or equal to 1. So individually as well. Otherwise, when I say the sum is less than equal to 1, sum to less than equal to 1 tab bhi hoga when one of them is 2, one of them is minus 1 and one of them is minus 0.5. Still it would be less than equal to 1. But how is that possible that one of them is 2? So individually also they should be less than equal to 1, greater than equal to 0, and the sum should also be less than equal to 1, greater than equal to 0. So from that you will get an answer, and that is second option. Okay? Slightly lengthy question, I would say, from the perspective of this exam. So should have been left probably by a student, because anyways we are not very comfortable with probability. Okay guys, आगे बढ़ते हैं. At what time between 10 and 11 a.m. the minute hand and the hour hand of a watch could make an angle of 180 degrees? Okay, so let me try this. So if I have a watch, the question is talking about between 10 and 11. So between 10 and 11 means at 10 o'clock, what will be the situation? So at 10 o'clock, the situation would be something like that the hour hand would be at 10 and the minute hand would be at 12. The question says when would the angle between them be 180 degrees? So currently the angle between them is 60 degrees, right? This is 30, this is 30, so that is 60. And now this angle will start increasing slowly. There would be a stage when this hour hand would be somewhere here, okay? And the minute hand would be somewhere here. And at that stage you will have an angle of 180 degrees. This is what the question is asking you. So because currently the angle is 60 and now this angle will start increasing at what speed? 5.5. I hope you all remember, in case of clocks, the hour hand and minute hand then move at a speed of 5.5. So 60 is already there, you have to move 120 more. So 120 degree is to be covered at a speed of 5.5. It will take 240 by 11 minutes. And 240 by 11 minutes is very close to 22 minutes. So after 10 o'clock, 22 minutes more will be taken to complete it. So therefore our answer is 10:22, which is given in the second option. Any doubt guys? Please confirm once. किसी को कोई problem अगर है तो 10:22 we could eliminate A and D easily. Yes, that's right. That's right. A and D can be eliminated easily. 22 and 23 were quite close. Okay guys, so let's move fast to the next question, that is question number 12 now. Two cities, Mathura and Agra, 48 kilometers apart, are located on the bank of river Yamuna. A motorboat goes from Mathura to Agra and returns back as soon as possible. Yamuna flows at a speed of 6. The motorboat completes the trip from Mathura to Agra and back in not more than 6 hours. Assuming the motorboat does not halt at Agra, what should be the minimum speed of the motorboat in still water, and it is not back in not more than 6 hours? Okay ji. So let us do one thing. Say इसको भी ऐसे ही बना देता हूँ मैं. अब तो मैं सीख गया हूँ. So we have Mathura here, we have Agra here. The distance between them is given as 48 kilometers per hour. Sorry, 48 kilometers. And he says that the river is flowing at a speed of 6 kilometers per hour. Let us say the boat is going at a speed of X kilometers per hour. Now the question says when the boat goes, basically when it is going with the stream, it is downstream. When it comes back, it is upstream. So the time taken while going is 48 divided by x plus 6. And while coming back, the time taken is 48 divided by x minus 6. And it should not be more than 6 hours, so it should be less than or equal to 6. 48 by x plus 6 plus 48 by x minus 6, it should be less than or equal to 6. Now either I make a quadratic equation and solve for x. That is one way of doing it, right? But obviously, ऐसे questions में options are very helpful. The options are 16, 18, 25, 27. Why don't you use that? Let us say I use 16. These are the 4 options with me. Use 16. 16 plus 6, 22. 22 does not divide it. Forget about it. 18. 18 plus 6, 24. 24 divides it at 2. 18 minus 6, 12. 12 divides it at 4. So when it is 18, it comes out to be exactly 6. And when it is slightly above 18, obviously it would be less than 6. So therefore the minimum possible speed that can be there is 18. So therefore our answer is second option. That's right. Tell me if there is any doubt in this question. Krutika says, please explain how is the speed 5.5. Krutika, this is the concept of clocks. If you have studied it, the speed of the minute hand is 6 degrees per minute. The speed of the hour hand is 0.5 degrees per minute. and hence they move at a relative speed of 5.5, that is 6 minus 5.5. Therefore we are saying this. Okay? Yes, any more doubts, any more questions by anyone? I do not see many questions here, not even the YouTube one, not on the app as well. Tell me guys if there is any doubt. Can we move forward? It was a good question, was lengthy, so I got confused there. हाँ थोड़ा सा lengthy कह सकते हो, but actually it was an easy question. I mean, should have been done easily by anyone. Should not be that difficult. ठीक है, let's move forward. Question number 30. This question took a lot of time. I mean, at least I spent a lot of time on this question. I'll tell you why. So the question was not that difficult, but I spent some time. So cube root of something plus cube root of something is equal to 2. So x is product of the roots is approximately equal to. So cube root means you have to cube. Obviously, how can you eliminate cube root? So I have to cube. I cube on both sides. A cube 11 plus 2x. B cube 11 minus 2x plus 3ab, that is 3 times of cube root of 11 plus 2x into 11 minus 2x into a plus b. Can I say a plus b is 2 is equal to 2 cube 8? Where from that 2 came? I had to write a plus b, but a plus b to 2 hai na. So therefore I have written 2 in place of that. Okay. 2x and 2x will cancel out. 11 plus 11 is 22. 22 वहां जाके minus हो जाएगा. And 3 into 2 is 6. So 6 times the cube root of 121 minus 4x is equal to 8 minus 22, that is minus 40. 121 minus 4x is equal to minus 40. 6 को उधर ले जाके फिर से क्यूब कर देते हैं. So if I take 6 on the other side, what do I get? Minus 14 divided by 6 or minus 7 divided by 3. Again cube करते हैं. Sorry, ये 4x square था. So 121 minus 4x square is equal to minus 343 upon 3 cube, that is 27. 121 minus 4x square is equal to minus 343 upon 27. यहां से बेसिकली आपका आ जाएगा 4x square is equal to 121 plus 343 by 27. Add to them. So this gives us 4x square. This is approximately, sorry, कोई तो यूज किया हमने गलत. 121, हाँ ठीक तो किया ना. क्वेश्चन क्या पूछ रहा है हमसे? प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द रूट्स ऑफ द इक्वेशन. ठीक है जी. सो 4x square is approximately 132 point something, ऐसा आ जाएगा. So basically from here we got x square is equal to 33 point something. So what are the roots of the equation? One root would be plus root 33 point something. One root would be minus root 33 point something. Question क्या है इन दोनों का? Product बताइए. So plus root 33 into minus root 33 will give me the answer as minus 33. So therefore option 4 would be the correct answer for this question. I am getting 33 in quants. Approximately कितना percentile बन सकता है? 33 questions पे I think you will get a percentile of 96, 97 or even more than that possibly. It might go to around 98, 99 as well. Any doubt in this question, guys? Please confirm fans. Fast, please confirm. Is this question clear to all of you? Yes, it was slightly difficult, I would say. Okay. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. Next. Oh, very lengthy question. Let's look at this. Mr. Madhukar worked for 5 years in a multi-commodity trading company after graduating from a reputed B school. He then resigned from his job and started an online garment expert business. For his business, Madhukar used 8 lakh of his own savings and borrowed. Basically, यहाँ से कहानी शुरू होती है. This all is useless. IIFT does this a lot. He borrowed 12 lakh from a private sector bank in April, the beginning month of the financial year. Meanwhile, RBI eased repo rate in May and banks passed on this benefit to the borrowers. This is useless for us. As a result, Madhukar borrowed an additional 9 lakh after 4 months at an interest rate which is 10% lower than the interest rate of his earlier borrowing. So he took a loan of 12 lakh rupees at a rate of, let's say, R%, and then he took a loan of 9 lakh rupees, right? यही होता है ना? हाँ. At a rate of 0.9 R% because it was 10% lower. If the total interest paid at the end of that year on both the loans is rupees 139,200. अच्छा, what is the interest paid on this? 12 lakh का R%. 12 into R कर देता हूँ, that is 0.12 R. Lakhs में छोड़ देते हैं. And 9 lakh का 0.99%, that is equal to 0.081 R. So the total interest paid would be how much? It would be 0.201 R. The total interest paid is 0.201 R. Okay. Now, what is the question asking you? The question says that what will be the rate percentage? This 0.201 R is equal to 139200. So, what is the interest rate per annum on the first borrowing? Oh, sorry, I missed one thing. He took this loan after 4 months. So, basically, this 0.81 R ka you will have to take 2/3. Because this was not paid for a complete year. It was only paid for 8 months. So 8 months का कितना जाएगा? 8 by 12. 8 by 12 कह दो, 2 by 3 कर दो. That's one of the same thing. So now if I solve it again, this gives me 0.12 R and this would be 0.54 R. Right? 0.54 R. So 0.5 is 174 R. 0.174 R is equal to this. यहाँ से when you cancel out you get R is equal to 8% per annum. So that is our answer. ये भी 1 point लोगे ना. I have taken everything in lakhs. 12 lakhs को I have taken 12. 9 lakhs I have taken 9. So similarly 1,39,000 I would take 1.39. इसको compare करते you will get 8%. So 8% was the right answer for this question. Very lengthy when you look at it, but actually the question was not difficult. Question was easy. This was an easy question. Should have been done. Okay guys, so that was 14th question here. Please keep telling me whenever you have a doubt. I'm moving a bit fast because I'm assuming you are having no doubts. Moreover, I don't want to spend much time on all these things. Right? Question number 15. Now this is one question we felt that this question was wrong, but we gave the answer assuming that probably they would have thought this. And accordingly we gave the answer, and actually they have given the same answer to the question. This is something we feel that probably we have to look into. Okay, this can be put as an objection. So let's see if we can. So explain. I'll explain, Bharti. Kari Rao explain. So Hani, an enterprising lady, took the loan from Kornamattam Finance against her gold ornaments at a simple rate of 12% per annum for 2 years. So she took a loan at the rate of 12% per annum for 2 years, and this is simple interest. So can I say I am going to pay 24% per annum according to this? She then loaned half of the amount received from this to Vishambar at the rate of 16% per annum, compounded half yearly for 2 years. When 16% is per annum and it is compounded half yearly, so can I say you are paying 8% for each half a year? 8%, 8%, 8%, 8%. There would be 4 periods of 6 months. First period 8 months, 8%, second में 8%, third में 8%, fourth में 8%. So 8 plus 8, successive लगा के it will become 16.64. This would also be 16.64. दोनों को ऐड करके बनेगा ये तकरीबन कितना? 16.64 plus 16.64 is 33.28 plus their product. So this will be very close to 36%. The interest that she would be getting by giving it to Mr. Vishambar is 36%. and the remaining amount she gave at 12% per annum annually for 2 years. तो वहां पे मिलेगा 12% and 12% for 2 years. This will make it 25.44%, right? But the point is that these are given on half of the amounts with respect to that amount. So here she would be getting kind of 18%. Here she would be getting kind of 12.72%. So ultimately she will be getting somewhere around 30.72% interest. And she herself is paying 24%. So what is her income, percentage earning? So probably we are assuming what she is paying to the bank and what she is earning. So they are comparing it on that. So 30.72, that means 6.72% is she earning on a base of 24%. And when you calculate this, this comes out to be very close to 28%. So therefore 28% should be the right answer. So this was definitely one question which can be challenged. So if you want to challenge, you can definitely do that. Okay? There was something wrong in this particular question. Arindam Bal says, not something, I think a lot was wrong about this question, Arindam. So I mean, this is not called percentage earning, or the percentage earning should have been defined. That okay, whatever she is paying as an interest and whatever she earned as an interest, what percentage more is that? That is called percentage earning. ऐसा बताते तो we could have figured out. But yes, if this was given, these are given, so we just tried to make some relationship and we got the answer. But actually the question, in my opinion, is wrong. चलिए जी, आगे बढ़ते हैं फटाफट without wasting any time. ABC is an isosceles triangle. BDE, EFG, GHI, IJC are 4 equal isosceles triangles inside ABC. D and F, F and H, H and J are connected by circular arcs. The angle ABC is 30 degrees and BE is 1. So angle ये आपको दे रखा है, sorry. This angle is given to you as 30 degrees. This is given as 1. And because these are equal triangles, so these all will be equal to 1. Right? Because this angle is 30, this would also be 30 because it is given that it is an isosceles triangle. Though in any standard exam, they would say that isosceles such that AB is equal to AC. Otherwise, how do we know? क्या पता AB is equal to BC हो? That would also be a possibility. So we just went by, I mean, whatever was given to us in the figure. That figure is somehow showing that AB is equal to AC. Otherwise, normally it is written in these exams, even if it is not written, it is assumed that the figures are not drawn to scale. By that, I cannot assume that which two sides are equal. So this is 30, and this whole side becomes 4. Now I'm saying if I drop a perpendicular from here, can I say this angle would become 60? Now this side is equal to 2. Can't we find out this side as well from this and the perpendicular as well? अब तो सब कुछ मिल ही जाएगा ना हम लोगों को. So this side basically will come out to be 60 के सामने अगर 2 है, this side would be 2 by root 3, right? And this perpendicular would be equal to 4 by root 3. Perpendicular is equal to 4 by root 3. What is the question saying? You have to find the angle ABC. Is this पूछा क्या है? कहीं लिखा ही नहीं है. Probably they are asking for the shaded portion. This was the question, right? That what is the shaded portion? So to find out the shaded portion, what do we need to do? I would say first of all, let's find out the area of the bigger triangle. That is half of base into height. Half of base into height. तो ये आ जाएगा आपका 8 by root 3. That is the area of the bigger triangle. That is 8 by root 3. उसमें से I have to subtract the area of these 4 small triangles. And then I have to subtract the area of these circular arcs. How would I do that? Let's first figure out what is the area of this small triangle. Guys, look at this bigger triangle. The angles are 30, 30 and 120. In this smaller triangle also angles are 30, 30 and 120. So can't I say this smaller triangle is similar to the bigger triangle? This smaller triangle is similar to the bigger one. And the base of this smaller triangle is 1/4 of the bigger one. That means the area of the smaller is 1 by 16 of the bigger one. Base is 1/4, so area is 1 by 16. And the bigger one has this area, right? So this smaller one will have an area which is 1 by 16 of this, and there are 4 such triangles. So basically the area of these 4 triangles is 1 by 16 times of 8 by root 3 into 4. 4 triangles है ना ऐसी, तो 16 से 8 4 से 32, 2 पे cancel out हो जाएगा. So ultimately the area left is 8 by root 3 minus 2 by root 3, that is equal to 6 by root 3. Area left is 6 by root 3. Whose area is 6 by root 3? 6 by root 3 is the area of bigger triangle minus these 4 smaller triangles. Bigger triangle minus the small triangles. Now we come to this area. अब इस area के बारे में बात होती है. ये कैसे निकालेंगे? See, if this angle is 30, this angle is 30, can I shortly say this angle would be 120? Similarly, this angle would be 120. Similarly, this angle would be 120. That means there are 3 circular arcs of 120, 120, 120. They will make a complete circle. 120, 120, 120 is 360. तो एक सर्कल हो गया ना पूरा. And the radius of this circle is length of this side, which is already we have calculated कि ये वाली साइड अगर 2 root 3 है तो ये भी 2 root 3 है. And this side would be 1/4 of that. 2 by root 3 का 1/4. 2 by 3 का 1/4 is 1 by 2 root 3. So area of this circle is pi into 1 by 2 root 3 का whole square. So this was the remaining area. From that subtract that area and this will give you the final answer. Whatever it is, pretty long question, but obviously we didn't have an option. करना ही तो तरीका था. So area of the bigger triangle minus area of 4 smaller triangles minus area of these. This gives you the final answer. When you solve it, I think this comes out to be this option. ये या ये इनमें से कोई एक ऑप्शन है. I think कितना आ रहा है 6 by root 3 minus this करके देख लो एक बार. जो भी है बेसिकली करके देख लेना. I think you can figure it out now yourself. It was basically based upon similar triangles only. So similar triangles का concept use हो रहा था. Otherwise the question was not difficult. You could have done it easily. चलिए very quickly let's move on to the next one. Question number 17. Maruti Suzuki company manufactures the Ciaz cars at its Manesar facility. The company employs labor and capital machine. So I'll go a bit fast now, guys, because we have a few more questions. I think we have another session planned after this. So we have to be a bit fast. It says that labor and machine, they are in a ratio of, labor and machine, they are in a ratio of 2:1. And the cost is 500 and 1500. So ultimately the cost would become in a ratio of 500 into 2, 1000, and 1 into 1500 is 1500. That's what the question says. ठीक है? यही बोला ना उसने? That the number of employees are in ratio of 2:1. Costs are in ratio of 500 and 1500. So if I multiply, they are in ratio of 1000 and 1500. So currently the cost comes out to be 1000 plus 1500, which is 2500. Now the question says, due to economic slowdown, the company has decided to monthly production to half. वो इसको half करना चाह रहे हैं. Meanwhile, the labor cost has decreased by 20%. Capital cost has gone up by 20%. So this has decreased by 20%. So this would become 800. This has increased by 20%. So this would become 1800. So if the cost was 2500, now they want it to be 2600. पहले cost था कितना? 5 CR. I think कहीं लिखा हुआ है 5 CR is the cost. कहाँ पर है? ये रहा 5 crore rupees. They want to decrease it to half. That means they want to make it to 2.5 CR. They want to make it 2.5 CR. But because of this increase and decrease, 25 becomes 26. That means 22.5 CR would become 2.6 CR. So therefore my answer is option B for this question. Answer is option B for this question. Because one is increasing, one is decreasing, that means a total of 2500 becomes 2600. So a cost of 2.5 CR will become 2.6 CR. So therefore that should be the answer. This was a simple question. I did it wrong. This is the only question I got wrong in IIFT. Somehow I read it as increased. ये भी increase पढ़ा, ये भी increase पढ़ा, and fortunately वो answer भी था 3 crores. So I marked 3 and I got it wrong. The only question that I got wrong. चलिए वेरी क्विकली आगे बढ़ते हैं. The owner of a grocery shop purchases two varieties of grain. The price of first variety is twice the price of this second one. Second का price है A, so price of the first variety is 2A. He mixes both the varieties and sells the mixture at a price of 28, making a profit of 25%. So actually the cost will be 28 का 4/5, right? Because 28 का बेच के 25% profit होता है. So 28 का 4/5 will be the cost. So this price is 2A, this price is 2A, resultant price is this. And he says they are mixed in a ratio of 2:3. I hope all of you can figure out that what would be the value of A now from this. Use alligation and you will get the answer. There's nothing wrong with it now. 2A minus this upon this minus A should be equal to 2. So 2A minus A कितना आएगा? 28 into 4 is 112 by 5 is 22.4. Divided by 22.4 minus A is equal to 3 by 2. Just solve it. This will give you the value of the price as 32. ये ध्यान रखना, question is asking for price of the first variety. And the first variety is having a price of 2A. It is not A, right? So if you get A 16 from here, put it there. You will get the answer as 32. Okay? चलिए जी फटाफट आगे बढ़ते हैं. Please keep asking questions whatever is there. I am moving a bit fast because I am assuming these questions are not that difficult. एक बार में समझ आ रहे होंगे तो इसलिए थोड़ा सा बात चल रहा है. As shown in the diagram, Ram started from point A along the chord AB and Sham started from D along the chord DC. AB and DC are two equal chords. These are given. Ram and Sham moved with the same speed, started same time. After some time, Ram reached M, which is the midpoint of AB. So this is the midpoint of AB. Ram and Sham now make an angle of 60 degrees at the center of O. अच्छा ध्यान से देखिए, they both are running at same speeds. Both chords are of equal length. If he has reached the midpoint of this, can I say he would also have reached the midpoint of that? They both would have reached the midpoint. And now he says Ram and Sham are making an angle of 60 degrees. So this angle is given to you as 60 degrees. If the distance between Ram and Sham is 6 meters now, so this is given as 6. Then how much distance each will walk before they meet each other? अब देखिए ये 60 है तो ये भी 60 होगा और ये भी 60 होगा. It will become an equilateral triangle. If this is equal to 6, this would also be equal to 6. This would also be 6. ये सब 6 हो गए ना सब के सब. So how much distance each will walk before they meet? So they will meet at this point. So कितना और चलना है इनको? इतना distance. So we have to figure out this length now, right? यहां से लेके यहां तक की लेंथ हम लोगों को निकालनी है. The moment we figure it out, we get the answer by this. We have this length as 6, we have this length as 6. This becomes an equilateral triangle for us. The moment we get it, we get the answer. Now how do I do this? See, first of all, I have got the radius now easily with us. Radius तो हम लोगों को मिल ही गया है. So what should we do? Can we say this length would also be equal to this length? This angle is 60 degrees. So what angle would this be? And what angle would these to be? ये थोड़ा सा छोटा figure हो गया. I want to make a bigger figure. तो ऐसा कुछ कर देते हैं. So this is the center O. This is the perpendicular which is dropped here. This is the perpendicular that is dropped here. ये तो दोनों perpendicular हो जाएंगे ना, ठीक है? Because obviously when you drop a join the center with the midpoint of a chord, that is perpendicular. This angle is given to us as 60, 60, 90, 90. Can I say this angle would be 120? And when you join this is already 6 that we have figured out. Now this side would be 30 and this side would also be 30. This side would also, angle would be 30. Now if I drop a perpendicular here again, और इसको ऐसे करता हूं मैं थोड़ा सा, हाँ जी यहाँ पे perpendicular ड्रॉप कर दे रहा हूं. So थोड़ा सा बड़ा करके बता देता हूं, वो कुछ ऐसा बन जाएगा that I am dropping a perpendicular on this. This angle which was 120, it will be halved, 60, यहाँ 90, ये 30. This total length was equal to 6, so this would become 3, right? This would become 3. And if this is 3, this would be 3 by root 3, that is 3 root 3. And that is actually this distance that we are talking about, 3 by root 3, that is equal to root 3. और क्वेश्चन में हमसे क्या पूछा है उसने यहाँ पे? How much distance each will walk before they meet each other? So before they meet each other, how much do they walk? Then how much distance each will walk before they meet each other? So ये आ जाएगा हमारा root 3 plus ये distance और निकालना है हम लोगों को. This will give us the answer. और ये distance हमें कैसे मिलेगा? We are missing something here. I think 120 60 के सामने आएगा 3. Oh sorry guys, ये root 3 तो 30 के सामने वाला आना था. I'm sorry. So this would be 2 root 3. I'm sorry. This would be 2 root 3. And 2 root 3 is where? 2 root 3 is here, so this becomes the answer. Though I'm not very sure the answer was 3 root 3 or 2 root 3. I think 2 root 3 was the answer. We are getting 2 root 3 from here. So 2 root 3 must be correct. Please check this once. In my opinion, 2 root 3 seems fine. But मैं शायद थोड़ा सा miss कर रहा हूँ because I remember at the time of exam शायद I got 3 root 3. Angle is 60, that is correct here. Distance between Ram and Sham is 6 meters now. So distance between Ram and Sham is 6 meters. This was 6. Then how much distance each will walk? So that would become 3. It looks 2 root 3 is correct. अभी तक तो मुझे ठीक लग रहा है. Probably I am missing something. I'll check that once again. ठीक है? चलिए जी फटाफट आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's move to next question. This was a lengthy question, guys. This was a pretty lengthy question. So how did I do it? Question said you have to go from AB to CD through these paths, CD to EF through these paths, and once you take a curved path, you cannot take a curved path again. So what did I do? What is the total number of paths? सबसे पहले there are 4 paths from A to O1. Then from O1 to CD there are again 4 paths. CD to O2 there are again 4 paths, and O2 to EF there are again 4. So ultimately this makes the total number of paths as 256, but my answer would be less than that. This is without restriction. So the answer cannot be 256. First thing. Second. Suppose first I take any of the 4 paths. Now, for the second time, how many options do I have? See, if I am taking curved path, I have only 2 options. But if I am taking normal path, can I say I have 4 options then? Right? So if there is a curved path, I have 2 options. If there is a normal path, I have 4 options. Let us say there are only 2 options again. Let us say. Okay? So after that, if I just take these 2 paths, after that I have all 4 possibilities. So into 4. Okay? And let us say again all 4 possibilities. So still I am getting the answer as, sorry, less maybe 2 possibilities हो जाएंगे. I'm sorry. 2. So 4 2s are 8, 2 4s are 32, 4 are 64. So then I am getting 64, but my answer must be greater than 64. If it should be greater than 64, these 2 also cannot be the answer. This should be the answer. मैं repeat करता हूँ. If there is no restriction taken, so 4 into 4 into 4 into 4, that is 256. But उससे तो कम होगा. So 256 हटा दिया मैंने. From the given options now, जो भी हमारे पास options बचे हैं, उनमें से मैं कह रहा हूँ, the first one has got 4 options. Now, if the second one has got only 2 options, though the options are more than 2, but I am taking on the lower side, there are only 2, let's say. Then again, next time I have all 4 options, and next time let's say again 2, which is again I am taking on the lower side. So on the lower side as well, it becomes 64, so the answer should be greater than that. So less than 256, greater than 64, the answer should be 128. This becomes the right answer for us. Okay? Next question, guys. This was probably a pretty easy question. I'll go a bit fast now, guys. 300 participants reported possessing both a house and a car. 500 had both house and a motorbike. 200 possessing a house together with a motorbike and a car. Okay? So how many have both a house and a motorbike? So when I talk about these 300, they include these 200. When I talk about these 500, they include these 200. So they have been counted twice. So both house and a motorbike is 300 plus 500, 800. But they both include these 200. So just subtract them once. And this gives us the answer as 600. Probably one of the easiest ones in the complete set. जो आसानी से हो जाने चाहिए थे. ठीक है जी? Next question. A man walking from foot of the building P walks towards the building Q. So, sorry. So these are two buildings that we have. After walking for 2 meters, so after walking for 2 meters, walking for foot of building P to the Q, he finds that building P and Q make an angle of elevation of 60 degrees. So P and Q make an angle of 60 and 30, sorry. P makes an angle of 60 and Q makes an angle of 30. ये बता रहा है इधर ये. If building Q is 1.5 meters high, so this is 1.5 meters high, find the distance between the tops of the buildings of P and Q. So we have to find out this distance. What would this be? So let me just draw a line here. यहाँ draw कर देता हूँ. So because this triangle now is 60, 30, 90 triangle और 30 के सामने हमें 2 मिल गया है. So 60 के सामने it would be 2 root 3 और 90 के सामने it would be 4. Right? 30 के सामने यहाँ 1.5 है और you can also say 3 by 2. तो 60 के सामने कितना होगा? 1.5 into root 3 और ये तीसरे वाली लेंथ आ जाएगी. Probably that is not needed. So now we are looking for this length. What length would this be? It is equal to perpendicular का square. What is the perpendicular? 2 root 3 minus 1.5 का square. This is complete 2 root 3. उसमें से this length is 1.5. When this is subtracted, we have 2 root 3 minus 1.5 का square. This length is 2 plus 1.5 root 3 का whole square. और इसका पूरे का square root. When you solve it, this exactly gives you 5. So this becomes the answer. I mean, once you will be using a square plus b square plus 2ab, a square plus b square minus 2ab, दोनों यूज करके देख लो, add them, take a square root of that number, it gives you the answer as 5. It's as simple as this. ठीक है जी, next question फटाफट आते हैं हम लोग 23rd पे. Surojit Ghosh left his job last year and started a business. He says Surojit takes 4 and 1 by 5 hours more than when he works alone compared to when he works jointly with his wife. So let us say jointly they take X hours. Jointly they take X hours. So Surojit takes 4 and 1 by 5 hours more. So Surojit would be taking X plus 21 by 5 hours. And Devjani takes this much. So Devjani would take X plus 141 by 5 hours. So what she takes when she works with Surojit, how long approximately will take Surojit to complete the business work alone? The question is asking you about this. So now the point is, Surojit can work how much in an hour? 1 upon x plus 21 by 5. Devjani can take 1 upon x plus 141 by 5. And together they do how much of work? 1 by x. So this becomes your answer. Surojit is taking 1 upon x plus 21 by 5. I mean, this much work he would be doing in an hour. Devjani would be doing 1 upon x plus 141 by 5 in an hour. Together they would be doing 1 by x in an hour. So just उसको equate कर दो. Equate करके when you solve it for x, x is equal to 15. Rather than doing this, I would say, sorry, x will not be 15. X plus 21 by 5 will come out to be 15. But this was actually a lengthy question. If you go by that, ठीक है? तो lengthy लगेगा आपको काफी. I found it pretty lengthy because solving this equation was not an easy task. So ये quadratic बन जाती है and then you solve it. It takes a lot of time. So but this was definitely one of the lengthy questions. ठीक है? चलिए जी. 24th. Parallelogram है whose diagonals are there, and if you look at these two diagonals, the important point is the slope of this diagonal is 1 by 2. The slope of this diagonal is minus 2 and product of the slopes is minus 1. That means the diagonals are perpendicular. When the slopes multiply to give you minus 1, the diagonals are perpendicular. And whenever the diagonals are perpendicular, it is called a rhombus. So the answer is 4th option. When the diagonals are perpendicular, you call it a rhombus. In question 21, wasn't the Venn diagram question incomplete? No, Siddharth. Actually, the complete Venn diagram was not formed. Okay? But actually, the question was asking you only that much area which we could figure out. वो आराम से मिल जा रहा था. But your point is well taken that complete Venn diagram was not made. But वो पूछा भी नहीं उसने. He never asked that make the complete Venn diagram, tell us all the figures. जो पूछ रहा था, that was definitely coming out of it. Okay? Okay, this brings the last question, guys. So now this is, consider the equation x minus a, x minus b is equal to 0, which is two identical roots. So when you say identical roots, that means the parallelogram, sorry, the parabola touches at a point. Identical roots means touches at a point. What should be the condition under which these are two distinct real roots? So when will this have distinct real roots? When you take the parabola slightly below, right? You take it, let us say some points down, only then there will be two distinct roots. So an equation like x minus alpha into x minus beta will convert to minus some constant is equal to 0, only then it can happen. And equation given to us is x minus a, x minus b minus c is equal to 0. So basically there should be a decrease in the whole parabola. That means it should go down. It will go down only if this c is positive. Because if c is negative, the parabola will go up. Then you will not have any real roots. If you are having two distinct real roots, that means it is going down. And if it is going down, that means c is positive. So first option becomes the right answer for us. Original one had two same roots, identical roots. So it was touching the x-axis. Now we are having two distinct real roots. So therefore it should go down. Go down means that there should be something subtracted from this and something positive should be subtracted. So therefore c should be positive, so that when it is subtracted, the parabola goes down and you get the answer. I hope this is clear now. Okay, I know that I am slightly fast in the last few questions, but we were actually going ahead of time and we have already taken more than 90 minutes. So therefore I went a bit fast. If you guys have any question, I mean in these remaining questions in which we went a bit fast, you can always comment on the video, guys. Okay? Whatever question you have, please comment on it. And Siddharth, I think QA expected cutoff would be somewhere around 10 to 12. But the other things we have already discussed, that the overall cutoff would be somewhere in the range of 100 and 105. This is our opinion about it. Okay? So that's all, guys. Thank you very much. This is about the discussion of these questions. Please, if you have any doubt about any of the questions, you can comment on it. Okay? You can always send us a doubt session. You can join the Telegram group of Gradeup. So wherever you find a chance, you can just ask us those questions.